Hello and welcome to Movie Poster Chat with Limelight Movie Art. And today I'd just like to talk for a few minutes about lobby cards. What are they and why are they as popular and collectible as they are? Well, if we go back to the very earliest days of cinema, and in fact right up to now, everyone is familiar with movie posters. Films are advertised on the media, in the press and elsewhere, but traditionally the most obvious place to have a look at a bit of advertising for a film is outside the cinema where it's playing, or where it's going to be playing under the coming soon. And we're all used to those here and in other countries such as the States. What we're maybe not so familiar with are lobby cards. And as their name suggests, in the States, if you went inside the theatre, into the lobby, there you would see displays with typically 8 cards. Here's one that I'll show you a bit more closely in a minute, but that's just to give you an idea, that's the size. 8 of those on display illustrating the film that was playing. So as an adjunct to the movie posters, we have these cards, as I say, sets of typically 8, and as you can see, using this example from a lovely RKO film, His Kind of Woman, that basically what it is a still from the film. So if you can imagine 8 of those around, you'll see you've got a nice selection of images from the film. Some will have the main stars, some will have supporting stars, some will just be crowd scenes, some will be action scenes. Basically, just an array of shots from the film to give you an idea of what's going to be happening in the film. Actually, they were taken on set by a still photographer, so although they'll look like scenes in the film, the angles may not be quite the same. They're not actually stills from the film, they're part of the advertising produced at the same time as the film was being shot. So I'll bring that in a little bit more, just to give you the size. That's 11 inches vertically, 14 inches horizontally. For those of us who prefer to work in metric, that's around 28 by 36 centimetres, but film posters historically and conventionally use imperial measurements. And as I say, you had a set, 7 or 8, and I'll explain the difference in a second, different scenes. Just mention this from RKO, who were one of the great independent studios owned at the time by Howard Hughes. And what they, and some other studios did for certain films, was not only to put sets of 8 stills, but they gave you wrapped around artwork that was very reminiscent or very similar to the artwork used with the main posters. So if you haven't got room maybe for the main poster, or even if you have, but you like the idea of the combination, some of these lobby cards with the artwork as well, I think are absolutely fantastic to look at. I mentioned earlier that there'd be 7 or 8 scenes. The reason for being uncertain was that, again, with some films and some studios, they had 7 of those sort of cards, so scene cards with stills of particular scenes, and had 1 title card. So again, in the same size, and this is one of the set of 8, but as you can see, it's basically a miniaturization of a main movie poster. So no still, but artwork very similar to what's in the main poster, the full credits, the slogan, and so on. And for some people, space-wise or just aesthetically, this is a really nice alternative to the full-size film poster. So there we are, lobby cards, and when they frame up, obviously they're nice size, never too difficult to find somewhere to fit a lobby card, and they end up looking like that traditionally. We've got clients who are a bit more creative with this, and sometimes they'll put 2 together, 3 together, 4 together in the same frame, just with a mount around them. That's a nice way of doing it. Maybe all from the same film, maybe with the same stars, different films, who knows. And again, some people just like one from each film, and some people get one from a film and then they've got to have some more, and then they're collecting and they're looking for a second card from Fantasia, for example. This is an original release Fantasia from 1940, incredibly difficult to find these. So if you were collecting the full set of these, you'd have a nice long job on. But that's what you end up with, framed lobby card like that. And as I said earlier, they're getting more and more popular, and you can see why, because they can be really very attractive, and size-wise, they're quite manageable. Thank you.